Let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so first thing is we're going to start from a standing position. We're going to hinge over and get out into our plank position. All right, once we are in our plank position, we're just going to work on some spinal waves, okay? So we're going to push back and we're going to lift those hips up, okay, into a kind of downward dog. And just think about kind of making a wave from your tailbone all the way up and dropping those hips down into an upward dog. We're going to reverse. We're going to do that about 3 or 4 times. Push those hips back. Down dog. Really push those heels down to the ground. Fingertips are reaching towards the front of your mat. And then one vertebrae at a time, working to make a good strong wave. Get to those toes and extend through that low back. One more time. Hips go up. Really extend from your tailbone to your fingertips. Lift. Make that wave all the way through. Really reach the top of your head up towards the ceiling. Drop those shoulder blades down into your back pockets. And one more time for good time's sake. Hips up high. Make that wave. We're going to drop those hips all the way down and come down into a prone position. All right? From this, I'm going to take my left leg up and over. We're just going to get a little bit of that lower body rotation going on. All right, right leg up and over. I'm going to choose to keep my hands in kind of a push-up position. Just get a little stretch through those shoulders. Alternate back and forth. We're just going to go 2 times each side. All right. Then we're going to push that up. All right, flip that over to a seated position. We're going to get those feet into our favorite 90-90 position. So 90 at both knees and 90 at the ankles. Excuse me. So my right knee is out in front. I'm going to turn my chest over that right knee. I'm going to reach that chest out forward over that front knee. Just get a little hip stretch, a little glute stretch here. And bring that up. I'm going to keep those feet where they are. Place those hands down if necessary. We're going to rotate those hips over. And now I'm going to be reaching that chest over that left side. I want you to slow press into that. And then we're going to flip over. We're going to one more time each side here. Big reach. Promoting some motion in those hips. Relax those glutes. That low back. And one more time, flipping over, reach that chest out forward. There it is, left glute definitely real tight on there. And we're gonna go ahead and stand it up. All right, so first flow that we're looking at today, as we do, we're gonna take this step by step. So just yell if you need me to slow down. If you're watching this after it's live, still yell, it's fine. All right, so first thing, super easy, it's gonna be a lunge. I'm gonna have to move my my body position around for you to see it. But yeah, stay with me. All right, so we're just gonna take a nice step out, lower ourselves down into a lunge. Ooh, very simple, right? Okay, from this position, we're going to lean into that front foot and extend that back foot, okay? So now this is more of a sprinter's lunge, okay? I'm going to place my hands down on that inside of that front foot. Okay, so now this is a little bit more of a true runner's lunge. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach across. Okay, so how this may look. Let's go. My right foot's in front. All right, so my right hand is going to reach across my left hand. All right, so you should already feel a nice stretch through that left leg. And I'm going to slide that into my left foot. All right, so now I'm in a lateral lunge to my left side. Okay? Let's start back from the top. So I'm going to give you a leg call out so we're all on the same page. So right leg is stepping forward, lowered into a lunge. Okay? That knee is still off the ground. My right leg is engaged. Okay? I'm going to extend that left knee, simultaneously dropping those hands down into our runner's lunge. Okay? Right hand is going to reach across my left hand, And I'm going to pull myself into a lateral lunge onto my left side. So lateral lunge to the left side. Okay? From here, I'm going to work to sink my body even deeper. Let's get onto that heel of that right foot. So you get a good, nice stretch through that right leg. Okay? And this is going to be our deep lunge, left side. Okay? Put my hands down again for support. My right leg is going to sweep around behind me. Again, not kicking anything. That's the goal today. Okay? And then we're going to move that right into, I'm going to move over a little bit. So we're here, right? Basically runner's lunge on the opposite side. And we're going to go into that rotation. All right? And we're going to bring this back down. Sorry, I just blanked out, seeing if I forgot a step or not. But no, that's all it is, okay? So we're going to bring that up, back down, and we're just going to push up into a stand, okay? Simple as that. It's very suspenseful. But we're going to try that one more time on the same side, a little bit more all the way through, a little bit more continuously all the way through. Okay, so right leg, stepping out into a lunge, lower into your lunge. Both hands go down, extend that back leg. All right, right hand is going to reach across. We're going to pull ourselves into that lateral lunge. We're going to sit back into that deep lateral lunge and keep those hands for support if needed. All right, should feel that good long stretch here. We're going to place those hands down. We're going to sweep that right foot all the way around. Should be in a runner's lunge position. The left hand is going to reach up towards the ceiling, come back down, driving through that left leg into a stand. Okay? We're going to try it now on the left side. I'm going to start on this side of the mat because I think it'll go better. So left leg, stepping forward, lower yourself down. Hands to the inside of that foot, extend that right leg. Left hand is going to reach across and pull myself over into that lateral lunge. I'm going to sink those hips a little bit lower, get onto that heel of that left leg, feel that good long stretch. All right, hands go down. I'm going to sweep my leg all the way around. Runner's lunge. Open up for a little world's greatest stretch action. Come back down, pressing through that right, and we're back to standing. All right, so we're going to do 2 more times on that side to even it up. All right, lunging, lower into that lunge. Hands go down, knee goes straight. All right, left hand comes around. Pull yourself into that lateral lunge. Sit back into that deep lunge. Again, you got that hand support if needed. All right. From this position, leg sweeps back, rotating up towards the ceiling. Bring that back down, pressing through that right. And one more time. Let's do it. Stepping out with the left, lowering down. Hands go down, legs go back. Hold that for a second. We're going to add a little bit of a stretch here. All right, now reach across, pull yourself into that lateral lunge. Sit that deeper into that deep lunge. Hands go down, sweep that leg back. Open up into that world's greatest. Pressing through that right foot into that stand. All right, woo! Flow number 1 done. Feeling a little bit looser in those hips, those hamstrings. My hamstrings feel great after that. All right. Get a quick sip of water. We're going to go to flow number 2, which is a difficulty of 3 stars. Out of how many? I don't know. Let's find out. All right. So we're going to start down into our primal position. Okay? Primal position, hands are down the ground, those toes are tucked under, knees are up off the ground. So I'm just hands and toes right now. So what I'm going to start through is a kick through to my right side. So my left leg is going to sweep underneath, extend out. Okay? From this kick through position, your left is going to be your anchor. So I'm going to kind of tilt am I in frame? Yeah. So my left foot, I'm going to kind of tilt that to the outside of my foot. All right, I'm going to let momentum carry me over. I'm going to hook my right foot onto the back of my knee. Okay? And this is what I call a jackknife position. So this knee is floating, and it's hooked onto my back knee. Okay? So, I don't know if this will be a better angle, but we'll see. So starting in that primal position, I'm going to kick through to the right. So my left leg goes through. All right? This foot is going to turn to the outside. I'm going to work to rotate myself over. I'm going to hook on the knee right there. Okay? That's the first part. Next, we're going to just pull that knee through into pigeon. So let's pretend that we're here. Once we get into that plank, we're just going to pull that through into a pigeon. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to lower that chest down just like we did that 90-90 in that beginning. You're going to try to pull that chest into that knee towards that ground. And then we're going to do our same crossover. So my right hand is going to reach over. I'm going to pull myself across. Think about trying to lower my chest to my right toes. Alright? And we're going to bring that back up. Alright? This left leg is then going to step here, just kind of pulling it through into a kneeling position. Hands go down back into our lovely runner's position. Okay? And then we're going to step back into our primal. Okay? I have to consult the board because I forget the end parts there. That's why it may not float together so well. So let's go through it one more time now that I'm reacquainted with what we're looking at. So primal position. We're going to start from the top, same side. Alright, the left leg's going to kick through to the right. Alright, pivot over into that jackknife. Once we have that plank, pivot. Once we have that plank position, we're going to bring that knee into that pigeon. Alright, I'm going to sit that back into a deep pigeon. Alright, make sure that we're actually getting something out of these stretches. I'm going to work to pull that chest towards that ground. Good stretch through that hip, through the glutes. Right hand's going to reach across and pull with a little bit of a twist. Come back up into our kind of kneeling position. Hands go down, stepping back into one more runner's lunge. Alright, and I'm going to take one more step back into my primal. Okay? So we're going to do that now the other side. Let's see how well this goes. Okay? Primal position. Right leg kicking through. Alright, to the left side. Turn to the outside, hook that back of the knee into that jackknife plank. Bring that left into pigeon. Sink down low into that pigeon. Pull yourself towards that ground. Really reach that chest for the ground. Left hand is going to reach across. Pull into the ground. Get that glute stretch. And bring that right foot through into our kneeling. Step back into our runner's lunge. And then one more step back into primal. Alright, I'm going to do the same side. I'm going to do it from this side. So maybe we can see a little bit better. Okay? So, right leg's kicking it through to the left side. Alright, we're pivoting over into that plank. Bring that foot all the way up into our pigeon. Sink deep into that pigeon. Really drop those hips towards the ground. We're going to pull that chest towards the ground. Really stretch out that glute. The left hand's going to reach across. We're going to pull ourselves towards the ground. Bring that up. Pull that right through. Hands go down, stepping back into our runner's lunge. Get that stretch. One more step back into primal. Alright, there we have it. I think that was 3 each side. If not, do another one. Because we've got one more to go. We've got about 5 minutes left to learn it. And it's going to be the most complicated one you've ever done. Maybe. I don't know. It'll be fun though. Not as many parts, but just a little bit more level of skill, I suppose. Alright, let's give it a shot. So we're going to start from our standing position. You really only have like 3 positions to work with. So first is going to be our lateral ape. So we're going to start standing. Alright, there's going to be a lot of crossover today, but so I'm going to be moving towards my right side. So I'm going to start reaching with my left hand. All right, left hand goes down, right hand goes down. I'm going to hop my feet. Usually we'll go here all the way across, okay? But I'm actually going to kind of cut that short, and we're going to go into our primal position from that lateral 8. So I'm going to go, let's do it this way. I'm going to go across, and I'm going to basically jump into my primal position. All right, so we're standing nice and tall, hopping across into our primal position. Okay, so we're going to kind of bounce back and forth here. So initial movement, I'm moving right, and then I'm going to hit that primal position. I'm going to kick through left. Okay, so we just learned that kick through. This is that right leg's coming through to the left. Okay, we're going to come back to primal and directly kick through the other side. Like I said, a lot of back and forth on this one. Okay, what I would like to see is kind of working the transition between those opposing kick throughs. So once we kick through to the left side, kind of advanced version of this is to work to just keep one foot on the ground at a time. So we're just going to hop those feet up and over to the other side. So let's take a quick 30 seconds. Let's work on this transition left to right. You may have done this with another coach, but just so I can make sure you have practiced it, let's practice it. Okay, so in that primal position, we're going to kick through to the left with that right leg. As I'm pulling that right leg through, I'm going to press off of that left leg and just switch to my right leg. So I'm able to kick through. All right, so let's just go back and forth here. Just working on that transition from one leg to the other. All right, you can get that as high as you would like to. A little bit more strength. We're just working on that transition. All right, so give it 1 or 2 more times, and we'll give that a break. All right, so let's start from the top again. I'm going to be moving right first. So we're going to do that lateral ape into primal. All right, so now my right leg's going to kick through. Transition switch, left kick through. Now here's where things are going to get tricky. This left leg is extended. I'm going to pull it back through, and I'm going to sweep it up and over, okay, into a seated position. Okay, so one more time. I'm going to finish my kick through. I'm pull this back like I'm going back to primal, but just kidding. I'm bringing that leg up and over. I'm basically going to sit down on that leg. So we're going to get to about this position, and we're going to practice our pistol squats. All right, so this leg is pretty much more or less underneath me. So I'm going to work to get my weight up and drive through that single leg into a stand. Well, that's real complicated. All right, so let's try. Let's just try that last part one more time. So let's pretend we just kick through on that left. So left leg is extended, right foot's on that ground. All right, left hand is on the ground. I'm gonna pull that left leg back through, reach that foot up, and take that all the way back around underneath. And I'm gonna push through that left leg to standing. May not be pretty, but hey, we're practicing our mobility and our strength here. Our strength and our flow. All right, let's last couple of minutes here. Let's try to get through some on the opposing side. So I'm gonna start moving to my left side. I'm gonna reach across my right, hopping right into that primal position. So I just move left. So now I'm gonna kick right. All right, flipping over, kicking here. This leg is gonna kick all the way up and through into what we call that scorpion. And then I'm going to try to get up into that. I think that's what the secret there was. Let's go one more time, and we'll pause right before the pistol squat. I'll show you my secret. Okay, so I'll reach across, hop into that primal, kick through to the right, transfer to the right, or to the left. That's the other way. Bring that leg up and over. Seated. So when we get to this position, there's a good chance that this can't see me. There's a good chance that this left leg is going to be out here. All right, just bring this leg a little bit closer. That's going to be a little bit easier to get that stand. That was easy, right? All right, let's go one more time. Kind of full speed here. 1 or 2 more times on your own after that. So let's go through hopping across that ape into that primal. Left leg kicks through to the right. Switch. All right, now that right leg's going to come up, going to kick the ceiling, come all the way back around. Now we're just going to kind of sweep that left leg a little closer and stand it up. All right. I'm going to go one more time. I'm going to start facing away from you, see if I can actually end up facing you at the end, okay? So we'll go one more time here. All right, kicking through, all the way up and over. Boom. So here, just gonna bring this leg a little bit closer and stand it up. All right, folks, that's gonna do it. I'll hold you a couple extra minutes. We always figure it out together. Thanks for staying with me. Hopefully you had some fun, you moved, you're a little bit more mobile. Have a great evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning for some mobility. Get some dinner, get some sleep, get some water,